Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Have you seen the Megan movie or gotten the buzz for the Megan movie?
Nah, yeah. As soon as I saw that it looked like the Renesmee, I don't know. I've only ever read that doll from Twilight. Just any interest in that movie is just fucking out the window.
But it's supposed to be a horror movie. It's not supposed to be like an empathetic child that we think of as it being totally normal and cool for her to get groomed by a werewolf or
Oh yeah,
whatever
yeah, normal
happens
shit.
to-
Yeah. Yeah, a werewolf who was also like your mom's boyfriend at a point, you know?
Yeah.
Normal stuff.
Yeah. It's less of a boyfriend and more of the guy who your dad cucked repeatedly.
Yep, that's him.
I guess
What a kind of guy to be.
uncle is a hell of a term to give to all of that.
You know, werewolves just have a different kind of culture, like family culture and stuff.
Jacob
Wait,
tried
huh?
to explain how in werewolf years she's already 18 at 3.
Grody. Grody.
I hope
Especially, it can't be understated. That is an ugly, ugly baby. and an ugly, ugly Mithrigan as well.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just seeing, it's done incredibly well at the box office. It's gotten a lot of good reviews, and it seems like a fun in its own way, kind of PG-13 horror movie. So I'm certainly not going to hate on it, but
Yeah.
I'm now seeing it being called like a gay icon.
Well, yeah, because she's camp. You know, she's like a little like fucked up looking with it, and the gays love a little fucked up creature.
It just I don't know, like it hadn't clicked in my brain, but the second that label got attached, I'm just now envisioning an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Just
Oh yeah, do
with
your
this.
best Mithrigan look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lip sync to like, I don't know. I assume she does like some Siri references or something, some Alexa riffs.
Probably the
Yeah.
hottest Alexa riffs from 2017.
Ugh, yeah, real contemporary stuff.
Well, I know that the movie, I know like the executive producer James Wan also headed up Maleficent, or not Maleficent, Malignant.
Okay, so another movie the
Malignant.
gays love. Oh, okay. Well, a movie. I am unsure of the gays' stance on *Malignant*. The Council of Gays has not put out a statement.
Did
I don't
you
think.
see Malignant though?
No, I
God
listened to a bunch of
damn.
podcasts
God
and stuff
damn.
about it though, and
Okay.
it seems interesting. Seems very B in a way that like movies aren't generally anymore. You know?
Oh yeah, I think that a lot of that came from the fact that it was R. So I
Yeah,
do hope
yeah.
if
That's
Megan's
always-
gonna come out
Yeah.
like with a sequel that it's R rated, because the idea of a fetus clone exploding out the back of her skull, that's all I want really.
Every movie should have one of those. I think.
Name a protagonist that doesn't include that as the subtext of it all. Anyways, that was our little session with horror movies. I'm just
Nice.
very movie brained right now. Like the Oscar
Oh.
nominations came out today.
Buddy, don't even start me. I finally saw Hereditary this weekend, and I could go on and on about that movie for
If only
well,
you had like a
since
way that you could talk about that movie, though. That would
I know
be,
some sort of platform.
that would be the coolest thing in the world. But alas,
Yeah, right?
sadly,
No, I mean I won't bore everybody with takes on a movie from fucking 5 years ago at this point, but I just think it's great that the devil is real and he's a funny little guy who loves pranks and playing with his dolls. It's a cute characterization of a classic character.
truly,
Yeah.
it's the family-friendly version. of it.
Absolutely. I mean, just after a certain point, I was just like, this would really benefit from like a laugh track of devils. Again, like every movie would.
Just MST3K, but it's the different forms.
And
of
in
the
like
higher
ancient
devil lords.
Aramaic, that's
Yeah.
a language. Sure.
Yeah, this is good.
In ancient demon language.
Yes, Aramaic, the demon language.
There's something spooky and exorcisty,
Yeah. It's like how, for whatever reason, Satan decided that Latin was going to be the way.
He just thought
to
it
go.
goes hard. Yeah. Turns out the whole like heavy metal thing, like also not originally about Satan. He just really got into it, and then lo and behold,
It's the big issue with Satan is that he just hates people copying the style. He's trying
Mhm.
to gatekeep the fashion sense. He doesn't want any posers hanging around.
no, yeah, yeah, he was a fucking PBR guy in 2009.
I think that knowing the PBR guys from 2009, I think that's a pretty fair
I
statement.
think the devil would look at some of those guys and be like, Jesus Christ, man,
Seek God. That's what I'll say.
that is a ninth grader. You're selling weed to a ninth grader, and I hope that's it.
Oh, that's why you have her number. Sure. Uh
Of
huh.
course,
Uh huh.
yeah.
What do you mean
You're in
half
your
off
fucking
if you
fixie
have
bike.
half off? What's that mean? Just
Yeah.
Satan going Chris Hansen style through 2009 PBR
See,
guys.
I would also watch the fuck out of that movie.
uh, you could just pitch the an inverse Job of where you have a real shitty guy and an angel is like, I just need you to do one good thing. One good thing and the world won't explode. And this guy just keeps getting worse each and
He
every
keeps
day.
tripping on his dick. I'd watch that. Yeah. Think everyone would learn a good lesson about life, and I got nothing. Fucking, why are they making a Passion of the Christ too, Kelton?
Because Easter and Mel Gibson, and he has to get all of his venting out. Like an
Needs to get all of his
anti-Semite.
bills paid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was his last anti-Jew work of art that we've gotten? Huh?
What was the last Disney movie? Fucking.
Congratulations, Encanto.
Yeah, that one. I mean, I don't know why they had to make Bruno look like that. It was real, like right out of fucking Der Stürmer. It was bad.
Oh, yeah, Bruno, the uncle that hides away in the rafters and in between
Exactly.
the walls. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
he
real
refused to
issue.
acknowledge for some reason.
No matter how many authorities come by and ask, are you harboring any Brunos in your house? God.
I'm trying to get "We Were Just Following Orders" track to the meter of that song, and it's just not coming to me, unfortunately.
I'm pretty sure that there's a Hamilton beat that exists that someone could probably find a way to say that. I don't think anyone's like internet star has fallen more than Lin-Manuel probably in the past year and a half.
Justin Roiland.
Oh well.
Not so much star has fallen as much as
I was going to say I think the situations, unless I missed a huge development with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
no, people just fell out of liking Justin Roiland stuff, fucking totally spontaneously. Yeah.
It was a bunch of 15-year-olds who found out who their girlfriends were texting.
Oh Jesus.
It's real bad. It's did you see the news that Cartoon Network and Warner Media, whatever you want to call it, said that they were severing their relationship with Justin Roiland?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're still doing the show though. So hey,
Of course.
because it's also, speaking of printing money. I mean, shit.
I mean,
I think Spencer's Gifts would cease to exist if you just up and can Rick and Morty as a whole.
well, who are they going to cast to do the voices?
Anyone, literally any like fucking loudmouth white guy since 2017, probably earlier.
I guess it is pretty easy to
You
find someone
you
to do
get
the
any
voices.
dude, any old fucking Waxahachie, Texas ass motherfucker, like drunk at a house party, and he will start, he'll do a big pull off his shitty robot vape, and then just Rick and Morty impressions till the cows come home. Literally, because you're in the sticks.
Fantastic.
I say as if that's not like a suburb, but I like talking shit on that town specifically. A lot of bad Facebook posters from there.
Good old Waxahachie. Indeed.
Exactly.
That's the main target there. Yeah, out there in the boonies.
Main export crying laughing emoji guys.
That's just Texas as a whole.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's real unfortunate.
I know people have gotten mad at the podcast a little bit for not covering Texas news lately. And I mean, I wish I could say I feel bad, but I really don't. Just because the more
I
I
mean, have you
kept
looked
looking,
at Texas? Yeah.
yeah, it's not great. It doesn't feel like we're making any tangible progress as a whole.
No, no,
Because
we are not doing great in that regard.
we
Regressing, some might say.
we have a governor that's banning TikTok. We have fucking I don't even know if you want to call him a state senator or a state rep. Anyway, trying to push forward a bill saying that food made of aborted fetuses need to have clear labels on
Yeah,
them.
there's my weekend fucking plans foiled.
HEB in shambles right now. Just not knowing what to do with their tamale back catalog at the moment.
Those things freeze up real good too, so buy them while you can.
But it's just very reactionary stuff. And
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. Like they have figured out that we as Texans are stupid enough that as long as they like hammer home like trans, or like school books, or fucking whatever, like they just don't need to ever mention that the power grid doesn't work.
until it freezes, and then they can say, "Oh, this is Biden's
It was
fault."
Beto,
This is
obviously.
Beto and his zealous group. Oh, it actually they took out a they took out a cell phone tower. Oh, they were probably those were heroes.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say
Those were-
it's Beto O'Rourke and a bunch of other like center right libs going around shooting up fucking substations like that mysterious shit in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, that's it.
yeah, that's
To what end? Good question.
no one knows quite. I mean, I think that their motivations are very murky, to say the least. Because who
Yeah.
could possibly know? It also feels
Because what does
weird.
Beto O'Rourke want? Honestly, does he know?
He thinks he wants to be president, but really, I think he wants to just be an ambassador somewhere
Yeah.
to just like take it easy.
He's like, what if Patrick Bateman fucked, but was still
Bad at
incredibly
it?
pathetic? Also that, yeah.
Beto has become the U.S. ambassador to South Padre Island. That's Beto is the Girls Gone Wild ambassador to the other college campuses around the state.
Yeah.
How again?
Visiting the far off and exotic land of San Marcos. More Texas. See, we could do Texas bits. I don't think Texas news though is what's popping.
It's not moving the needle any. People are like, "Oh, haha, Texas is pretty fucked." And we're like, "Yeah, it is." And then they go,
don't mess with Texas. Like, don't try it once. I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't
Don't get mixed up with this stuff.
or try it out just for a little bit. Make the same mistakes so many people have made before you in times of crises, and realize it. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted because I'm realizing Justin Roiland fumbled the bag so hard.
Massively. And I mean, he'll probably be fine because that's how being rich works. You're just rich forever at a certain point.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless he like Mr. Frogs it. Far superior show, by the way. Fucking Smiling Friends. Not to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, it's just
Any art made by somebody who clearly also spent too much time on Newgrounds as a early teen, has that particular kind of brain
Justin
damage.
Roiland as an early teen on Newgrounds. Uh-huh.
Oh no, sir.
Justin Roiland was hunting for early teens on
Yeah.
Newgrounds.
A few months ago. Weird place to check too, man. I think everybody there's like 40 now.
Yeah, you find the real weirdos that way, though. I will
Yeah.
say, you have to respect the fishing tactic of.
Now, what are the ethics of grooming teens on kiwi farms? I think if he had to pick anywhere, I think like going there, it's like they kind of deserve it. They're assholes,
That's the
I don't think that's a
equivalent-
thing anymore, though. Maybe that's how he got.
It's
He
true.
had figured it out, and then
Keffel
decided
decided to
Keffel's
bring
got
it
him.
down. Too busy
I
trying to
got
get
suckered
Keemstar
into-
on the podcast. So.
Yeah, I got suckered into watching that
Why?
discussion as like a social event.
Why are you, as a man, watching this?
Because it's real hard to go out some weeknights, man. All right, I'm tired. I'm almost 30.
I mean this quite literally. You could have just watched Rick and Morty. Like
Yeah.
after the controversy, that still would have been
This
the
is still
ethically
better, yeah.
better decision than the obvious baiting
Yeah. Oh, it was baiting all right because Jesus Christ, that fucking Mr. Keemstar just about whipped his dick out and just just like I on a good day don't understand the appeal of like internet drama
Uh-huh.
stuff,
Uh-huh.
but like Jesus fucking Christ, just it was him recounting his war stories of like, oh yeah, this YouTuber I really hated in 2014, he sucks, huh? Like, who is this? What are you doing, man?
Really trying to find a way to make sure that he's like drawing nostalgia from people who were teenagers then and have active credit cards and can
Oh
subscribe
yeah,
to his stuff
and
now.
have not progressed mentally a fucking moment.
I mean, they're watching a Keffel stream in 2023, so you tell
Got
me.
my ass. Yep. Fool me once.
Sign
That's
me
the
up.
only time I'm getting fooled. Won't get fooled again.
Because I've become a true believer. That's the issue.
I'm a
Instead,
Keemhead. Yeah, I'm a real Keemhead these days. Yeah.
I just don't understand why. I mean, well, I mean, maybe
It's
maybe
it's
you
it's
should.
an appeal to one of the default kinds of dumb or one of the kinds of conservative in my taxonomy of conservatives, the default dumb guy conservative, who again, it's a smiling laughing emoji kind of guy.
But
I
like,
can't
this
stress
is
this
what
enough.
sports are for. Like, legitimately, like,
Well,
go
that's what you'd
watch the
think, but this
game
is just
instead.
another sport that you get to feel like you've solved the matrix because you know about it. None of your dudes, none of your peers, as that kind of guy, know what Twitch is. They think the internet is two websites. They think it's
It's
Netflix and maybe Facebook.
yeah, it's Netflix and Truth Social now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are the two.
Uh,
I did
the,
see a post.
Facebook's only use, the only way they can still see their nieces and nephews. Strict no contact otherwise.
Why can't I access their profile? I could only see the group photos that include them for whatever reason. Huh. Oh, by the way, did you see that Anna de Armas got nominated for her performance in Blonde?
Oh no shit.
Yeah, yeah. That
I
god
had to
awful
take a
movie.
sec to remember who Armis was.
The
If
Cuban
that's any
Marilyn
indication.
Monroe impression
Yeah,
decided.
it was great.
uh, it- yeah, sorry. I'm very focused kind of on the movie aspect
I
of it.
can't blame
But,
you, bud.
I mean,
Movies are good sometimes.
I'm
And
just.
sometimes being this weekend when I saw Hereditary. Let me launch into another anecdote. Yeah,
Well, I was
I'm
going to
fresh out,
say,
unfortunately.
is there any way that we could draw a line between the Doomsday Clock people moving it to 90 seconds to midnight and the fact that Panic at the Disco broke up after like 2 decades?
That's what the Doomsday Clock's about, yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was wondering. They were like, "Oh no, oh this sucks so bad." Move it slightly, quarter of an inch. Hold a whole ceremony about it. Who is this for? Like,
Yeah.
other than people who still think The Watchmen is a
But
fantastic comic book movie.
I didn't get around to seeing the show even, you know?
Oh, really? You didn't?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Did I miss much?
I mean, yes and no. You missed several like memeable moments. Like there's like a 1.5 foot long Dr. Manhattan dildo. So,
Oh yeah, no, I remember hearing about that.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
Cool.
In that
And
case,
that's the peak of the show. Awesome. Cool. Good talk.
this has been discussing HBO dramas with Kelton and Bo.
Yeah.
I also saw an ad for Apple, Apple TV streaming, where they were talking about like your new home for crime shows, like gritty, hard hitting fiction crime stuff.
As long as they keep fucking Mythic Quest afloat. If you gotta retool that into a gritty, game development crime show, I don't know what kind of game development crimes they'd be doing, but let me tell you, they'd be gritty. All right.
I mean, you could literally just look at Blizzard and what's been happening.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just it's the great Activision breast milk heist. Straight from the fridge to Bobby Kotick's mouth.
Mythic Quest is so good.
I fucking yeah. It's and I think it also kind of sucks.
How?
But like
how?
well, just that it's like a fucking like it walks a very fine line of being a cool gamer show. You know what I mean? Like a G4S, like something like that.
Uh-huh. I hear you.
And it manages to not cross that line.
Because it's the creative team behind It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, but I'm just always worried because they're old. Like they're just, you know,
Well,
they don't have the best taste sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but here's my counterpoint. Neither do game people.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say.
and that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want the cross product of those vectors to just fucking turn into Suckville.
I'm like we're in a world where we still have to recover from the fact that Star Trek Discovery name dropped Elon Musk as one of like the three greatest human
Yeah.
beings of all time. Like they haven't jumped the shark yet, and so until they do, then I will feel burned. But then I'll still probably watch for 3 more seasons or whatever.
Yeah, that
So,
that's always the issue with how I will watch like the same three TV shows over and over.
uh
I forget that most TV sucks ass.
huh.
You know?
This is the golden era of TV. He says, adding one more TV show into the
To the
rotation.
rotation. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Like the reason I was bringing up the Apple ad was because I feel like Apple has realized that there is a weird void in the market of where HBO now is doing a lot of genre TV. Like,
Mhm.
House of the Dragon and Last of Us and other shows kind of that sort. That there's
Yep.
not a lot of, for lack of a better term, Sopranos tier stuff. Not
Yeah.
necessarily in terms of quality, but just like that kind of vibe of a TV
Tonally.
show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not genre, but it is still like dark. Well, because that's the thing. That seems to be the only place you get dark and gritty now is like if they're cowboys or if they're wizards. Or both. I mean, I'd watch the shit out of that show.
Cowboy Wizards, the newest
Yeah.
show from Justin
And
Roiland.
they deal with like, yeah, God, yeah, that is a little random. But you know what?
One is very drunk
Uh,
all of the time.
wow.
Whoa.
What an innovation.
He's Irish and he's called Mick. You get
It's
it?
it's
You get
it's
it?
every mid tabletop party. It's got to have one, and I am that one, the middest of them all.
Let me tell you, as I'm getting into more and more tabletop stuff. Also, by the way, what a hell of a time for me to start to get into tabletop.
Oh yeah,
things.
bud.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
you're learning shit about the hobby. I've not bothered to check in on, despite being into it since high school. Yeah.
I was like, all right, time for me to invent. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is an OGL?
I've been getting way too knowledgeable about it. Like, there's no reason I should ever know what one is, let alone the differences between 1.0A, 1.1, and 1.2. This is some bullshit. Like,
Yeah. So the first thing you got to know about tabletop games is there's sometimes a lot of confusing acronyms and numbers. Oh no, shit, not like that. That's even worse. What the fuck?
uh,
So
it was
yeah.
also wonderful to see like the tabletop community unite for like a brief moment.
Yeah,
And everyone,
it's one of the few like it's surprising because normally this would be turned into like a weird culture war grievance thing as
oh, don't
everything
worry, it
is.
already has again. Like the
Of course, of course,
the
of course.
allegiances are long since dead.
Yeah, that we're immediately back to are people asking are orcs racist and then people responding by, you know, like doing full on like mega fucking Rudyard Kipling level racism with their orcs. It's awesome. It's great.
It's oh boy, it's certainly something to witness. Nerds that the thing I've mentioned, I think for the past like 2 podcasts, is how D&D Wizards of the Coast realized like they were cool. I didn't though realize like what brought all of this to a head on the stock market side of things. Bo, are you familiar with this?
What exactly?
That there is a major stockholder in Hasbro that has been pushing for Wizards of the Coast to spin off into its own company because it's their assumption that Wizards of the Coast would be more profitable on its own because the majority of other Hasbro properties are kind of like dead weight, and
Yeah.
Hasbro vehemently has denied that basically from Jump Street because they're like, no, It is fucking Polly Pocket. It is Transformers. It is G.I. Joe and all those other things that we have. Like, that's the majority of our brand at Hasbro.
Totally. Yeah.
Not this game or
Well,
this
like
sub-company.
I really love when me and 4 or 5 other 18 to 35-year-olds get together and just talk about GI Joe for 4 hours. After each of us buying like a $50 GI Joe source book, and so we can all agree on which GI Joe is the strongest.
Yes.
A whole bunch of GI Joe branded dice. We're streaming the GI Joe fucking, like, they turned a show where you could watch other people talk about GI Joe into an animated series of guys talking about GI Joe. And me and the whole polycule get together and we binge that till Kingdom Come and spend lots of money on GI Joe.
Yep. And wouldn't you
And the
know
GI
it,
Joe universe.
the shareholder that was basically pushing for it and levying the claim that Wizards of the Coast, which is of course D&D but also Magic the Gathering, was roughly 70% of Hasbro's value.
Go fucking figure. Wow.
And
What are the odds?
when they push back so hard saying no, he or she, I'm sorry, I don't mean to make assumptions here. Basically,
Or
said,
they, because the woke mob's ruining my hobby.
You're right.
Yeah.
The non-binary majority shareholder of this.
You never
movie.
know, man.
Yeah. See, I was just envisioning it as like a shitty loan shark kind of guy, not like a true fan.
Yeah, I'm thinking. No, yeah, I'm thinking it's a shitty loan shark, but with blue hair and pronouns. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the basic motivation, at least as I understand on their end, is that then they would have an almost singular grasp of Wizards of the Coast. And then if that became even more profitable because it would be smaller, so high profit margins, that would be something to then hold on to. Hasbro, though, is saying, no, it's not. And then it became basically put up or shut up time. And then that's then what inspired this whole, we actually need to further monetize D&D because it's actually not being monetized enough. Yes, that's what needs to happen. Which is also then very funny to then see.
Yeah. Notoriously an audience very receptive to their hobby being monetized. Not like everybody pirates every fucking, even like independent stuff will get pirated. You know what? It sucks, but it's just easy.
And also, I think
people do it because it's convenient.
Well, I mean, and also the stronger indie people have recognized this, and so like they'll release like the core rule book or whatever it is for free.
Yeah,
and
it's it's a return of a shareware kind of fucking structure that I appreciate.
And again, that blissful moment of where everyone was like, yes, let's all sign the Orc license. 1,500 publishers all on board with this. And like all the publishers, of course, are on the same side. But man, when the fan base started to splinter again, I was like, this is the shit I live for now.
Welcome to this fucking show, man. Yeah.
Tell me all about GURPS. Tell me why these insert slurs here are playing Pathfinder instead of your beloved, I don't know, D5 system or whatever it's called. Jesus.
Yeah, no, dude. People aren't not playing your, fucking homebrew, like esoteric. You have to have like a carton full of dice war game because they're too busy playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians. You are in different hobbies, my man.
It's gonna be nice. I am excited, by the way, for our possible game with Dread where
I'm
we're
stoked.
playing Lancer because I really want to get into like as much as I can have it be spoon fed to my baby brain before I can make opinions and become hateful and spiteful on my own. Like,
there you go.
I enjoy that so much more than like form an opinion, create a stance, defend it until you die. Like, I don't want to.
It's a healthy way to enjoy one's hobbies.
Well, it's like when I was trying to talk to Zach, we were spitballing some sci-fi idea things for a Starfinder campaign. I basically went through, I mean, an ungodly amount of time here of looking at bad sci-fi Western movies, right? And bad sci-fi Western thing. I mean,
as if there is such a thing. Come on.
Let me tell you, Bo, there is. There is a god, and he has said that sci-fi Western is his worst thing in the world.
There's no way anybody would try to adapt, say, I don't know, Firefly with their own spin on it.
Oh, Bo, come on now. Let me actually pull up my notes app. That's what I'm gonna do
Oh
here.
Jesus.
All right. Let me tell you. Have you heard of the 1981 film Outland, starring Sean Connery?
No, but it sounds great.
Sci-fi western remake of High Noon. That's right. What about Battle Beyond the Stars, a Roger Corman Star Wars
I
ripoff?
refuse to believe that's a real movie. That's not a real name a movie
What
has.
about a film called Galaxina, where the lead actress died like 2 days before this movie premiered because she was murdered by her husband? Huh?
I'm sure that's a great film.
Yeah, it's wonderful. What about a film called Space Hunter that debuted? They got released 1 week before Return of the Jedi. Not because they thought it would be good, this Star Wars knockoff, but because they were expecting the showings for Return of the Jedi to be so full that shitty parents would just take their kids to the Space Hunter.
It's the bargain bin DVD effect, but in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I gotta watch that movie.
Yeah.
You've sold me on it.
What about the Mattel property called Brave Star? It's
Don't get Hasbro started on that.
Oh yeah, it's a sci-fi western that was being pitched as being the next He-Man. Only, and tell me if you can understand like where maybe corporate America got this wrong. They released the toys a year before the show came out.
Do they know what those shows were for? That they were just fucking,
They were
half-hour long ads?
Yeah, and you want to do the ads before you release the toys. Like how that makes sense? Well, the TV show came out a year after the toys, and then the movie that actually was basically meant to introduce the whole series, because the series didn't explain anything, came out a year after that.
Jesus Christ.
And it was all canceled.
Yeah.
Point is, I went through these depths.
So when's the source book come out?
That's right. Well, I'm realizing like my brain is wired too much in the world of a plot instead of a sandbox. Because I want like XYZ plot. I really like that idea. And it's like, well, in the sandbox that can't happen because maybe people won't want to do that. And in my head, I'm
you
like,
gotta really align yourselves along a similar, at least idea for a plot for that to emerge in a sandbox.
Exactly. And
I mean, fuck it, I could pitch on fucking Blades in the Dark right now. It's perfect for that.
I mean, yeah, like it seems like anything that's powered by the apocalypse would be. I'm very excited
it's
for
like,
the.
Hey, game master, you also have like skills that you use. Here they are.
I mean, I'm excited to just run our Halloween episode that I'm going to convince you to do because.
Oh, absolutely, buddy.
We'll talk after the recording about the.
Yeah, we'll do logistics later. Yeah.
We'll have my people talk to your people, and then we'll figure that out.
My people and your people, respectively, being me and you. Of course.
No, it's my child.
Okay, cool. Your agent, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's gonna be like, "Hi, Bo. Do you want to play Bubbles? No." Click. Hang up. Not even waiting for a response.
She drives a hard bargain.
Brilliant negotiator. That's how I got
that's some
my
hardball negotiating. Yeah, exactly.
Calls you immediately back. Bubbles hangs up again. Just waiting.
Look, I'm well familiar with the Will Ferrell Pearl landlord video. Kids can be mean, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I think that it's gonna be very interesting, the world of hobbies, because video games, of course, are in like this big boom, and
simultaneous like death spiral.
Well, yeah, I mean, what was going on with that Forsaken? Or is that what it was called?
For something, just that it's mid, and that's a horrible. How dare a game be mid? Which I agree with, but like not in the in like a normal way,
Mid, but with a female lead character.
That's the thing. You think those guys would be out of fucking juice for this by now? Because it's like, what do you stand to gain?
By the way, it's Forspoken.
Forspoken, Fortnite. That's what it is. for Fortnite.
Fortnite token. Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know nothing about it other than that one clip that got put on Twitter where it's, bad.
I do magic now. I do magic now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Where it's fucking cringy, just Whedon-esque. We live in Whedon-esque times.
Isn't it bad that Whedon is now no longer like the creepy guy with the toxic fan base with overly quippy dialogue? That now
Oh
there's
boy.
two of them.
Yeah, exactly. There's two of them?
So you're telling me that there could be
God.
two of them at the same time?
Yeah. No, it's like I hope that at some point people just like stop buying shit games because like they'll complain fucking till the cows come home about them and then buy them anyway. So I don't know what the fuck gamers expect. They keep going to the shit snurfing restaurant and snurfing more shit, and then they get mad when plates of shit get put in front of them. Like,
Eventually,
it's
every restaurant only sells shit. What is this? What am I supposed to
yeah,
do with
exactly.
this?
You are boycotting the Harry Potter game on moral grounds. I am boycotting the Harry Potter game on taste grounds. We are not the same.
That's also your policy with the M&M's controversy right now.
Exactly. Maya Rudolph is a legend, and she shall not be tainted by these horrific candied beasts.
I saw something online that was like, now is the time for Skittles to debut. Their mascots, and it's just like overly horny, completely DTF, suck and fuck Skittles.
Yeah, no, it's great now that like the culture war. I mean, this has been the case for a while, but like the culture war like dictates advertisement directly, and like it plays into it in a just stupid way. I mean, like that Gillette shit from a few years ago was bait, and it worked. It worked. God damn it! There were conservatives buying Gillettes just to throw them down the toilet. So like it's just bad fucking Don Draper would balk at the opportunity not to get like a bunch of fucking dumb guys super mad that the mascot's less fuckable or something.
I'm already picturing Don Draper with a pierced ear and like purple hair being like, it's going to work.
Smoking American spirits. Their meetings last 5 times longer.
It's kombucha instead of regular alcohol. Just really hating
It's just all.
himself.
It's a bunch of hop water is what it is. Let's be real.
It all circles back to the 2009 IPA kind of.
Yeah,
guy.
we're pulling hipster stereotypes from like we're doing Encino Man, but for hipster stereotypes. From just all the fucking four corners.
I mean, sadly, I do think that some of it is still applicable. Like, obviously.
Oh yeah,
you
nothing new under the sun.
Like I know that we had talked about it also last week too, but in case people are wondering like how culture can shift over 10 years, that image of Skrillex from like 2013 versus 2023 now, you're like, oh, got it. Okay, I now kind of feel like as cringy as things are now, things just are way more toxic now, but somehow less cringy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the 20-ish year retro cycle is the second time around it's not as cringe because you already cringed through it once. I am desperately awaiting the return of like Scott Pilgrim guys.
Those are already coming back. What are you talking
I
about,
know.
Bo?
That's Justin Roiland.
No, don't besmirch.
But like, so well, that's the thing about that Forspoken game too that I can't get over because comedy in video games just nine fucking times out of 10 does not work. You got to be a real silly fucking bastard of a game for it to fucking. Other than just like emergent silliness, like when you jump up and down to greet somebody,
pressing F to pay respect,
kill cam, whatever, exactly. Unintentional comedy too, great example. But like Portal 2 was doing this shit, fucking literally more than a decade ago. I don't know why anybody who writes for games presumably enjoys games. I hope to some extent. Why they wouldn't like know that? Do better. That's what I'm. Stop with your retrograde ways, game developers.
That's right. Yes, you have to stop. Culture has moved on. Panic at the Disco has broken up. That's how far in advance we are. It's weird to me.
Then again, I've literally been playing Team Fortress 2 all afternoon, so I have
Oh, has
no
that?
fucking room to talk.
Gotta love union jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good hardworking men like all these deranged psychopath mercenaries built this country.
I do wonder what is going to be.
The hot new hobby coming out.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, like about video games because it feels like the blood has stopped leaking from the stone, if that makes sense. Like I
yeah.
feel like we're coming to a head with that of where, like when you have massive tech layoffs, and I understand a lot of that is kind of overinflated numbers in the sense of like they just got laid off to try and make people feel afraid. So
Mm.
I'm not saying like, oh, they're no longer profitable, blah blah blah, but like I think that when you have tech that's actively slashing everything, I mean, streaming slashing everything, content in general is getting slashed to hell. What is going to be left standing that is actually new versus just like a Street Fighter 8 remake, mastered
Hmm.
edition, 4K release? They're all gay now
Hell
edition.
yeah,
You know,
I'd play that.
I'm pitching a wonderful and brilliant idea. So,
I can't believe they gave Blanca what? Oh fuck! What color hair would he have? It's already silly. I don't know where to go with this bit. Um, yeah.
It's just
And definitely
actively
pronouns.
Dalmatian.
Definitely pronouns.
It's dyed that
See,
way.
yeah, that goes kind of hard. I'm stealing that from my Lancer character. Um, yeah, no, I don't know because like fucking I yeah, as far as like anything good or new being on the horizon, I mean, I'm a fucking horrible little contrarian, so it's Elden Ring DLC for me, and then I'd stop playing video games forever. Um, but like, yeah, I honestly don't know. What I am glad to see is the growth of unionization still, which if if video games are petulant as if video game company owners are as petulant as their customers, uh, they're just gonna fucking close up shop, I'm sure. But you know what? Video games were good while they lasted.
Video games, RIP video games, long live video games.
Yeah, I can't wait to see a bunch of copies of Destiny in a landfill in a desert in Arizona.
Oh no, that's the Rick and Morty game. That's actually good.
Yeah, fucking God, fucking. There's this video game review guy on YouTube that like put out recorded his review of High on Life, and then the allegations came out, and then just had to put out the video because you know, fucking, it's a living.
Content, baby.
Yeah, the churn of content.
Justin Roiland wouldn't have stopped releasing content if I was accused.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, he's more afraid of you than you're afraid of him.
That's when all the security guards are trained outside Columbus Middle School to how to deal with Justin Roiland. Make yourself seem big, like a bear.
Make a lot of noise. Don't run.
Oh, well, I think that's going to do it for the regular side of the episode. So,
Hell yeah.
other motherfuckers.
Remember, be sure to hang up your, I guess, young people that you're camping with, so Justin Roiland can't get them. He doesn't smell them. All right, this is getting
That's
elaborate.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But we'll still be continuing.
Also,
on
I don't know
Patreon.
bear safety. I don't know what to do to be safe about bears. So the riff works even worse. But yes,
Coat
I look
yourself
forward
in
to it.
honey. Get as many berries around you as possible. Seem to be like a tree.
Draw a circle in the sand. I don't know.
Goodness. Well, Bo, what have you got going on to plug?
Jack shit. Follow my Twitter at Schnedwub. That is SCHNEDWOB. I'm the same thing on Instagram. I post a lot of. I just do meme dumps every couple of days. It's nothing special.
That's
Um,
an honorable
fucking-
living, though.
oh yeah, I mean it's just a fun thing to do. Just look at these dumb images I found on the internet, my friends. Enjoy. Just broadcasting that.
Applause.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's also Schnedwab, but with a underscore in the middle.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
yeah. Exotic.
So you still haven't figured out what other you was doing camping on that username?
Yeah, because there's no fucking way anybody else took that username. I think I must have I have not bothered to check, honestly.
You're like,
I assume like middle school or something. I don't know when Instagram came out.
yeah. Believe me, as someone with the name Kelton, I was like, how many other people could have taken the name at Kelton? And I was like, son of a bitch. A lot of people have that as a surname, apparently, but
Bullshit.
it's okay.
Ridiculous.
As for the podcast itself, everyone, you know where to find us. You know what we're up to.
Yeah, you're listening to it.
Exactly. So check out the
You know what
Patreon.
podcast is.
I don't know what we'll be talking about on the Patreon, but it'll be something, I'm sure. We will know in 5 real minutes and 3 days time in podcast time. So it'll be good. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Amarillo by morning, up from San